This scrapbook is now in hopeless disarray. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy.
Here's one for you. It's a whopper. Are you ready?
For what?
This huge fucking whopper I'm about to just say.
You mean a canard of behemothic embellishment?
What?
Or was your resolve finally dismantled by the siren song of all that flame-broiled beef?
No. Okay, first, do you even have Burger Kings out in the fucking woods? Why do you reference things that obviously aren't in the woods, like terrible burgers?
I'll limit my establishments of reference to lumber mills and sugar shanties from now on. Also, there's a Burger King less than 40 minutes from my house. I won't let this stand in the way of the new policy, though.
There is? Okay, whatever. I'm talking about a dream I just had. I mean, it was a doozy, like, psychologically speaking. Doozy is a slightly dumber word than whopper.
Certainly less delicious.
It was absurdly heavy-handed. My subconscious was really slathering it on. Like whatever tangy sludge the king himself squirts on his bargain patties. It's possible that I dreamt it ironically. I don't know. I figured you'd be interested in hearing about it. It's every bit as thick and juicy as a half pound of sizzling grade A premium. Okay, this is stupid. We've got to get burgers out of this conversation. Are you busy?
Yes.
Cool, listen to this.
I thought you didn't want me to analyze your dreams anymore.
No, but this one is too good not to put under the microscope with your whole precocious psychotherapy shtick. It's almost laughably symbolic of all of my mental problems, assuming I actually have those. It's grotesquely pregnant with meaning, all gestating at least 8 gooey octuplets thrashing around in an undulating belly full of mind slime.
Ugh, maybe we can start by evaluating that troubling metaphor?
No, look, I just want your professional take on how many things in my dream symbolize dicks.
We've already established that all of your dreams are packed with enough homoerotic symbolism to lift Freudian theory from the ashes of discreditation.
Yeah, that's a given, but I didn't even dream about puppets this time.
Are you serious? Well, I'm clearing my schedule. This is a major breakthrough.
I know. It was so much more relaxing and enjoyable. It was about me dying repeatedly.
Go on.
I was in this dark place surrounded by this big flock of crows. God damn, this is so generically morbid. I'm sorry in advance for exposing you to my unconscious mind's retarded cliches.
It's okay. They wouldn't be cliches if they didn't comprise the unanimously understood bedrock of phallic symbolism with no other viable interpretation.
Well, obviously I knew the birds were just black screaming sky dongs. Just hear me out. I kept dying. There kept being these traps, like I would go one way and get my head chopped off, or go another way and get stabbed or whatever. And every time I died, the dream reset itself, and I was standing there alive and ready to try to escape again. But each time I would be watching myself from the vantage point of a different crow. Like, I was the crow all squawking around in circles like a macabre flapping douche. And I would always watch myself try to do something different to dodge the trap, but I always ended up dead.
Well, if I've learned anything from my extensive skimming over the Wikipedia articles on dream analysis, it's that this dream is very unlikely to have any literal significance whatsoever. It's probably not about dying at all.
You mean maybe it's about anxiety over maintaining my blogs? Or that my beats might not be ill enough?
Yes. In fact, if you were on my couch, that would have been my next question, as a licensed professional. Mr. Strider, have you considered that what you actually dread is to have your urban rhythms exposed for what they truly are, which is, clinically speaking, just shy of the bomb?
And then we crack up laughing, because we both know they're fresher than your mom's change of drawers and tighter than when she's wearing them.
Listening to you conjure imagery of my mother in her underpants is definitely keeping us buoyed high above this swirling Freudian hellhole. Well done.
Please, it's not like she's my mom. I can visualize her choice ass all I want without it getting much more than moderately uncomfortable for everyone involved.
What if you're wrong?
About what?
Her not being your mother.
Don't
worry, you're probably safe. Luckily, I can think of no literary or historical precedent for that sort of folly whatsoever.
This isn't the first time you've insinuated we're related. What is up with that?
Isn't it?
No, I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like you brought it up before, which is kind of weird, but now I don't know. I think I'm getting this weird deja vu thing where I was sure we talked about this. Forget it.
Why don't you tell me more about your dream?
Okay, so I kept dying and kept being crows and stuff. And then I started to notice something coming from the sky. It was this faint, eerie singing, and I look up and there's nothing there, just darkness.
That's interesting. I've read about this.
What did you read?
Certain texts say singing from an unknowable void carries a message that its recipient has been selected for a mission of supreme cosmic importance that will result in your death and that of billions more, but one that is essential to the perpetuation of existence itself.
What the fuck sort of crackpot psychology text would say something like that?
It's not from a psychology text.
So then you're consulting astrology books now.
Not astrology, more like zoology.
Oh my fucking god, will you put that away?
Okay. Keep describing the dream, though. If the rest of it is incompatible with the prognosis of zoologically dubious, I'll withdraw my insinuation.
There's not even much more to it. I looked up into the sky, didn't see anyone singing, but even though the sky was black, I could see the sun. It was bright as hell, even through my shades. So I flapped my wings and flew up away to it like a fucking piece of garbage, and that's it.
This doesn't strike you as an impulse of self-destruction?
No, not in the sense that it was a dark, sacrificial zoology mission. It was more like somewhere to go besides watching myself die a lot from the vantage point of a feathery murder of dumb, shitty birds.
So, if, hypothetically, you were to accept such a mission, or even insist upon one, it wouldn't be in the spirit of genuine sacrifice, but of escape?
What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, something's wrong. This whole conversation is falling apart. This isn't how it originally went at all.
Aw, we were making good progress, too. Why'd you have to go and remember?
This happened months ago. Does this mean I'm dead?
What do you think?
Stop it, this is so sick, you using the dream bubble bullshit to pick apart my psyche. Am I dead or asleep?
If you're starting to remember, you should be able to tell me.
God damn it.
Maybe I'm just as confused as you about it.
Yeah, right.
Am I dead or asleep, Dave?
I don't know.
Try to remember.
Hi, John Human.
Excuse me, alien time troll, but I'm trying to wrap a present. Really, you all have the worst timing.
Yes, I can see that. 2 ugly garments and seeds for some kind of strange earth vegetable? Pretty lame present, John.
Nope, not going to ask how you even know my name, or what I'm sending, don't care. And one of these ugly garments is for me. Also, it's not ugly, it's awesome.
Not as awesome as something you will be wearing later, thanks to me.
Uh-oh, my mouse is hovering dangerously close to the block button. It always does that when I talk to trolls. It's the dangdest thing.
Calm down. I just thought I would foreshadow my existence to you with this quaint moment on your timeline. It is way too tempting not to let you know I have taken great care to become a very important feature of your life. Or for that matter, to let you know that I will be giving you a present so much better than the useless crap you're shoving in that box. I will be giving you the gift of immortality.
Oh sweet, that's been on my wish list, ranking just below a mint-condition Little Monsters poster, starring Hollywood superstar Howie Mandel. Can I expect it to arrive on my next birthday?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Nice guess. It will come at a cost, though.
The Mandel poster or immortality?
The latter, jackass. In order for you to claim it, you will have to be quite gullible and allow me to arrange your murder.
Ah, I see. Here's where all this sick trolling begins. You can keep your present, I'm not interested.
But you will be. You will happily go along with everything I tell you to do. And then, once I have completely earned your trust, I will kill you, John.
Ah! The other troll I just talked to was way better. If it's tad grumpy, at least she was down with talking about cool movies, sort of.
But this is all true. I've seen it already. You have no idea how delicious the dramatic irony is right now. You will die. I will lead you into a trap and watch you bleed to death on a big stone slab with a sword stuck in your chest. There is nothing you can do about it. In fact, it has already happened.
That's nice. Now scram, troll.
I'll leave you alone soon enough. I was just feeling pretty pleased with myself about all the brilliant plans I made for you and your friends. Stopping by in your past to mess with your head is really just a courtesy, because I like to think we're pretty good friends by the time I get around to killing you.
Okay, you got me. My feathers are all ruffled and can no longer tell my ass apart from a big orange earth vegetable. Now can you leave me alone?
I guess so. But my inevitable grisly murder of you notwithstanding, you're a pretty fun guy to hassle. It'll be difficult sparing you from the privilege of my company until your game begins.
This is basically the worst pickup line I have ever heard.
Please, John, as if there is any conceivable sequence of events which could lead me to consider you as a viable romantic partner in any quadrant, even the pale ones.
Blurp derp blah, what plausible alien-sounding things. Weren't you leaving?
Yes.
Okay then.
I mean, I was going to, but now I guess I'm not.
Oh, why?
Because this isn't really happening.
It isn't?
It did, once, but now it's just a memory. I guess I must be dead.
Okay, is this conversation over now? Can I keep packing my present?
The conversation as it went before is already over. I said goodbye and you blocked me. Don't you remember?
Well, I was going to block you, but then I didn't for some reason.
Exactly, because we've already been through this. You're either asleep or dead like me. Man, I can't believe I let her trick me like that. Such an amateur mistake.
I guess I'm feeling something like deja vu, maybe. I still don't think I believe you, though.
Hey, do you have any recollection at all of the last message I sent you before I died?
I don't even know who you are!
Yeah, I figured. Just as well, I made some pretty embarrassing confessions to you. I guess I'm getting what I asked for in a way, even though it's not what I pictured.
What did you ask for?
I asked you if you wanted to, hang out.
Was this after you killed me and gave me immortality?
Yes. So, what do you say? Or what do you think you might have said?
About what? You mean hanging out?
Yeah.
Oh god, this is so ridiculous. You're just a crazy troll on the internet. And I need to get back to packing up this present for my friend. We are not going to hang out, I'm sorry.
John, there is no present. You are not in your hive, and you don't have anything to send. She received it a long time ago. None of this matters anymore. If you don't believe me, you're free to look out your window.
What will that accomplish?
It might help you remember. And you will be able to see me, if you want.
Huh? Dave?
Hey.
Jaspers, I guess I should say farewell to you now.
Why, Nepeta?
Because this is the end of your timeline, and I don't know what happens to you after this. that one was kind of obtuse. Sorry.
What's your timeline?
That's a hard question. Okay, imagine a long, tempting strand of yarn.
Yes! Oh yes, so great.
Now imagine instead of being made of wiggly, enticing stuff, it's made of what lets you exist. And you are right at the twitching tip of it, don't you see? Look at the sky. Meow.
Yes, I see the sky and I can tell that indeed something is going on. But aside from that, I don't really understand what you said, being a cat and all.
That's fine, you don't have to try too hard. All you have to know is it's the scratch and I'm not 100% sure what happens next for you.
I still think it's nice how you slip cat things into the things you say. You're so clever and wonderful, Nepeta. What's the scratch?
Well, you know Rose's friend, John?
Yes, of course.
Imagine that he's using this great big circle like a really fun scratching post, and it makes all this light come out that changes everything. Just after he starts doing that, the sky goes funny everywhere, and then I can't see you anymore.
Yes.
That's what it is.
I think I understand that completely.
I'm a bit nervous for you, especially since you remind me so much of someone I already lost. But maybe you'll be okay. I don't know.
I'm not worried, Nepeta, so you shouldn't either. It's not as if I have never died before.
You are a brave kitty, just like Pounce was.
Pounce was a cat like me?
Yes! She was amazing, and I bet you and she would have gotten along famously.
Oh, I bet you're right. Was she nice to sniff?
Yes, she smelled really good. And also, she was super beautiful.
Wow.
Did you ever have someone nice back on Earth who you loved?
Rose! I loved Rose. Meow.
Of course you did. I mean a nice cat who was your mate's Brit.
There was a time I remember I was thinking about gull cats a lot for some reason. I would saunter around the house making all these big meows and looking at the windows with my nose touching the glass. But then Rose's mom took me to this place where I was scared to be for a while, and then when I was home again I didn't do the meows anymore. I guess I didn't think about gull cats after that, which is just as well because none of them ever came to the windows really, not even when I did my biggest meows.
That's too bad. But I bet lots of girl cats would have loved to be with you. If only there had been some around to hear your lovely meows.
You're really nice to say that, Nepeta. So what about you, though?
Me?
Yes. Meow.
Well, I have never told anybody about this, not even my Moirail. Actually, he's the last guy I might tell. He so wouldn't approve. But yes, I have liked somebody for quite some time. But alas, he doesn't know it.
What don't you tell him? Maybe you could win his affection by rubbing your cheek against him. That's what I would do.
Oh, no. I'm too shy even for that. And he's so adorably grumpy all the time. It probably wouldn't go over well. It's hard to explain. Maybe cats think differently. But trolls tend to be pretty cautious about expressing their feelings when it comes to their flesh quadrant.
What's your quadrant?
It is... okay. It has romantic applications, but it is also something more general than that. A quadrant is... how do I say this? Meow. A quadrant is a thing in a group of things that consist of 4 similar things.
Like paws?
Exactly like paws.
I see, that's really easy to get. I think you should tell him that you like him. You might not get the chance if you don't. For instance, I think instead of meowing at windows, I should just scurry out the door before it could close. Then I might have found a gull cat to sniff. Oh well.
Meow. I know, but it's just not that simple. I could make someone else jealous, I think. And what if he doesn't feel the same way and... it's so complicated. Maybe I just need to let go of the silly infatuation. I think it's never going to happen, honestly.
You shouldn't lose hope. I have another story that might give you hope, even though it should be noted again that I'm only a cat.
Oh?
Yes, one time I was with Rose and I was sitting there dressed up in my suit with her as happy as can be. But then, she disappeared. The whole place disappeared and I was in another place. There was no Rose, there was someone else. I guess I loved her too in time, but never as much as Rose. It just wasn't the same. I kept waiting to see Rose again, but never did, and finally I lost hope that I would, and then I died. But then I became alive again and I got to see her and I was so happy. That's my story, and that's why I think there's always hope even if you die.
So, you're saying that maybe I will have to die to get to be with him?
Yes, maybe.
Well, I hope that's not the case. But I guess you just have a different way of looking at things. Thank you for the advice, Jaspers.
Try to make sense of this mess yourself.
I remember waking up here after getting shot.
Yes? What else?
Then the cage bunny came. He gave us the bomb. Where'd he go anyway?
She's around.
The bunny's a she?
Her name is Liv Tyler.
Dumb.
Take it up with John. What else?
We were talking about who should go.
Do you remember what we decided?
No. Wait, wasn't I going to go? Is that what happened? Did I go and now I'm dead?
Not quite.
What's not quite? That I didn't go or that I'm not dead?
Do you remember anything else?
No.
What about why you went to fight Jack?
Sure, I did that because I wanted to and because I was supposed to.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw my future self fighting him, so obviously that had to happen or else I'd be dead anyway, without even getting the satisfaction of standing up to him.
So, was your decision a result of desire or obligation?
Hard to explain with all the time shit going on. I don't try to understand your light shit, do I?
I don't know much about the light shit, to be honest. I may have missed my chance to figure it out.
Haven't we had this conversation already?
Mostly. I'm doing what I can to jog your memory.
It's jogging, I guess. Its man boobs are jiggling a little.
Nice. So, what about Jade?
What?
You didn't tell her your expedition with her would result in your death, let alone one she'd inadvertently cause. Or that she'd be stuck with the job of resuscitating you, did you?
What am I really supposed to say? Hey, we're gonna hunt frogs till you shoot me through the jack. Then I die and you've gotta make out with me. That kinda changes how the whole thing goes, doesn't it?
Not if you're supposed to, right?
What does that even mean?
I guess you're right. No reason to make an effort to empathize if doing so comes at the price of oblivion.
What the fuck?
It must be comforting to have your ASPD tacitly supported by predestination.
ASPD?
Antisocial personality disorder.
Oh no, this conversation just got bum rushed by a mudslide of fucking awful.
It wasn't already awful believing you might be dead?
You don't know anything about what I was feeling or what happened on Lofaf. You were all pavement facing, babbling your throwfester speak and flipping off this shit with your own crazy death wish thing. Why do you think you know what was going through my head? You're just assuming and throwing around psyche buzzwords like ASPD complex disorder.
So it's a disorder, a complex, and then a disorder again for good measure?
In your case, probably.
Sounds like a positively delirious state of existence.
It's some delirious biz nasty, alright?
Oh, snap?
Yes, I'ma authorize a goddamn. You may swipe it at the door to check yourself into the burn ward.
Might you loosen the purse strings on an all-no-heatsy aunt?
Nah, those are kept in emergency reserve for yo mama jokes from the 90s. Anyway, I'm telling you, if I said anything at all about it, she probably doesn't even fire her gun once, and all I'm doing is dragging her into a doomed timeline with me.
I guess I'm learning to be impressed by your sense of obligation to inevitable misfortune. It's a strange case of inspiration through futility.
None of this is that big of a deal. I just mentioned the basics to her, that I'd stop time traveling soon, break out of the loops, not have to wonder all the time if I was taking a wrong turn and dooming everybody. I was never that cool with this.
With what, exactly?
You know how you turned out to be this incredibly shitty seer of light, and basically failed at that in every way imaginable?
Hey!
Well, maybe I never wanted to be the Knight of Time. Maybe I'd rather just be like the Dave of Guy, you know, just some dude.
These really do not sound like the words of someone ready to face his own death. The kind you don't wake up from, I mean.
I guess not. Guess I failed my own quest then. So I'm like, now what, bitches? To nobody in particular, I guess.
The unseen bitches callously conspiring to expect greatness from you?
Yes, those exact bitches.
If that's how you feel, then why didn't you insist on going on the mission to deliver the tumor? Black and white for a giant yin-yang bomb.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Then I guess that's what happened. I delivered the bomb and now I must be dead.
Are you sure?
Is that wrong?
Maybe you should try to answer the question. Why did you want to go?
Because I made the map, so I know how to get there better.
But it seems simple enough. A set of bearings to follow. See? The application pilots the moon. Changes course when necessary. Anyone can do it, really. We talked about this. Debated, if you recall.
Okay, if you remember it all so clearly, why are you grilling me on this shit? Will you just tell me what's going on?
I'm just seeing if you can remember. And if you're sticking to your story about why you should be the one to go.
Well, I am, because I should. Or should have. Man, what the fuck is going on? Am I dead, or are you dead, or what?
You're almost there, really. Just try to remember a little more. What happened after we decided you'd go?
Oh yeah, we were trying to figure out a way to detach the moon, so I could pilot it out there, fly it into the sun. But the chain was huge, couldn't think of how to break it. Then out of nowhere, the sword appears in the thing. So I'm thinking, obviously I have to break the sword somehow, because that's all I fucking do is break swords. But as I'm thinking of how to do it, I just put my hand on it, and it just snaps off with this comical shattering noise, like I just fucked up some priceless shit in the Louvre. See, like that. Like I did again just there with my hand, because of dream bubbles. Remember when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Then I took it and sliced the chain, like this. Damn, it still cuts like it's plowing through a shaft of boneless zombie meat.
Careful. I just managed to quell my appetite after all that burger talk.
Whoops, yeah. So then the moon started drifting away, and I was going to fly up and take it to the sun, and I said something to you. Or I was going to. Like, bye or something. But you were just standing there not saying anything, holding that ball of yarn. And then, oh god, that's right. Come on, knocking me out so you can steal the suicide mission? God damn it, that is so trite.
I really am sorry for that.
It's like, here's how bad this is. We were basically Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck from John's shitty crappy movie. You made this even more Armageddon than it already was, stealing me in the airlock so I can go home to Liv Tyler and have the most terrible babies with her.
If it's any consolation, Liv Tyler came with me on the suicide mission.
The bunny or the actress?
Which would make you feel better.
You're not knocking me out with a ball of fucking yarn is fucking what?
If I could have chosen a method of sparing your life you might have found more awesome, I would. Is there an ironic way to do that?
This probably comes close, but that doesn't make it not lame as hell.
Does it matter if I took some personal satisfaction in seeing you fall unconscious at the gentle glance of a soft cotton globe?
It's cool that you were so tickled by this. I hope it brought you a lot of rad laughs on your way to go fucking explode. So that's it, I'm actually lying here on Thirst asleep, and you went out there and blew up the sun, and now you're dead and I'm dreaming, chilling with your smug ghost.
Yes to the first part.
So you're not dead.
Not yet.
Then you're dreaming. What, you're taking a little nap on the moon in the middle of nowhere?
Afraid not. I'm wide awake.
So, it seems that you are in fact an alien. With horns, and everything. Huh.
Yes, John. Horns and all. That totally proves I am an alien beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, what do you make of these blank white eyes of mine? What do you think that could mean,
I don't know, aliens usually have big spooky eyes, don't they?
Humans have literally the dumbest extraterrestrial lore. Weren't those supposed to be aliens on one of your posters?
You mean Mac and Me? Yeah, even I can admit that movie was indefensible.
Well, if you want to know, normally we have bright orange eyes with gray irises. They fill in with our blood pigment as we get older. Also, normally I have this one goofy eye with 7 pupils because I'm kind of a weirdo. But I guess that's gone now that I'm dead. Not that you believe me, because you just refuse to remember anything.
I can accept that you're an alien, but come on, meeting an alien who is also a ghost in my front yard is a bit much to believe. It's almost too awesome.
So you don't remember anything about the game at all, then? The destruction of your planet? Bringing your ancestor back to life as a clown woman? Putting a huge, flaming ocean out with your magical wind? Jack Noir, dying, resurrecting, and possibly dying again? Is any of this tickling your sponge?
Nope. Sounds cool, though.
Fuck! I cannot believe how cold it is on this planet! How can any species possibly be able to survive somewhere like this?
Yeah, I thought you looked pretty cold out here. So I brought you this jacket.
Oh, okay.
Hey, your clothes switched suddenly. Was that some kind of alien wardrobe warpifying technology? Such as a warp trove, if you will.
Sure, John. Let's just say that's what it was.
You look pretty cool in more normal clothes. Not that your space boots and pixie outfit weren't neat.
Thanks. So, is this how humans begin an Earth date? With simple acts of flattery and kindness?
I don't know about that, really. It just seemed like the nice thing to do. Is this a date?
No. I've decided this definitely will not be a date. Not until you remember something, at least.
Okay, that's probably for the best. I would probably be pretty nervous on a date with a normal girl, let alone a date with an alien space ghost.
Now that you mention it, me too, probably. Your goofy awkwardness is a bit contagious, frankly. So, now what do we do?
Well, since I'm presuming you are new to the planet, I could show you around the place. This is my green slime ghost pogo ride. In all its glory. In my childhood, it was hours of fun and hundreds of painful injuries.
Hey, this thing isn't slimy at all. What the hell?
Nope.
I've noticed humans don't seem to keep any slime around the hive, and yet you are strangely cavalier about your open display of certain receptacles. What's the deal with that? Is it that you're just that ashamed of your secretions as a species?
Not really. Humans just don't really have much use for slime, I guess. Honestly, I can't think of a single practical use for slime, other than to be gross.
So bizarre.
Anyway, this thing is kind of a death trap, and I haven't ridden it for years. I think my dad had it installed for one of his ridiculous ways of making a man out of me.
Sure. My custodian had her ways of making me tougher, too.
Yeah, parents, right? Anyway, that's my backyard. Pretty damn boring. Sorry. I would show you inside, but I don't think my dad would take too kindly to me bringing an alien inside. Or just yet, I would need to brace him for it.
That's fine. What else can you show me?
I can show you my neighborhood if you want.
Sounds great.
These are my neighbors, who live in a lot of same-looking houses as mine. I never see them. I think they're all really busy people with a lot of serious business to attend to. Hey, look! The snow melted over here. It's really warm suddenly. Weird.
Does your planet usually have these kind of temperature swings?
Nah, this is pretty unusual December weather. Guess I'll take my coat off. I can take yours back if you want.
No thanks. I think I'll keep it on.
There's not really much to see in this town. But there are these lakes. This lake over here did not used to be a lake. A long time ago, before I was born, there was a factory here. My dad says there was a huge explosion. He was walking by with my Nana when he saw it. Then a little later, my Nana died. My dad never told me how, except that it involved a big joke book. I never knew her, which is too bad. She sounded nice.
I know what happened. I saw it.
You did?
Yes. Do you want to know? It might jostle your memory.
Okay.
I believe this lake is where Jade landed. You landed a little ways over there, about where your hive is now. You clobbered your Nana to death with the aforementioned joke book, but it wasn't your fault. You were both just little wigglers riding meteors from the future. You created yourself, your Nana, Jade, her grandpa, not to mention Dave and Rose and their guardians, all in a lab using paradox slime, and sent them back in time as the silly grubs with arms and legs you call babies. And here you were doubting the usefulness of slime.
Wow. Really?
Yes, absolutely. I paid close attention to all this because I thought it might give me some clues about us and our ancestors who were made the same way. Any of this familiar?
Huh. It all sounds incredible if true, but I don't even have the foggiest memory of that happening.
Yeah, I figured as much. Since you seem bent on staying in your dream bubble coma, why don't I continue the tour?
The tour of Earth?
Sort of.
What's happening?
We are going on an adventure.
Where?
Through your memories. Through mine, too. This would be a really fun thing to do on a date, I think. If we actually were on a date, which we're not.
How is this happening? Is this through the advanced alien technologies? Like holograms or teleportations?
If that's what you want to think to keep you comfy in your stupor, sure.
Where are we?
This is my home planet before it was destroyed. It's called Alternia.
Oh, cool. And what's that over there?
That is my hive, which is the thing that you refer to as a house. It's where I grew up.
It's a castle!
No shit. It is big and foreboding and ostentatious, just the way I wanted it. As a blue blood, I was entitled to build such a home, something to set me far apart from the commoners.
You built it?
Of course not. Robots built it for me when I was very young, but I was allowed to dictate instructions. Expected to, in fact.
Oh gosh, so rad!
Really? I still find it interesting what sort of mundane facts humans tend to be impressed by. Anyway, my design kinda got boring as I got older. A huge castle hive sounds great, but it starts feeling pretty cavernous and lonely after a while. There were so many blocks I never even used. Your tastes change, but you get stuck with growing up in a place suited to your earliest, most juvenile inclinations. Nobody tells you that when you're a kid, though.
I think I know what you mean. I feel like a long time ago I might have given my dad the impression I really liked clowns, and now there are clowns everywhere. His stupid collection just keeps growing and growing. It drives me crazy!
John, that barely comparable example is so cute, I don't even know what to say. This was my custodian. She was hurt in an accident. I killed her myself to put her out of her misery.
Holy shit, look at these glittering space riches!
Yeah, I was really into treasure hunting for a while.
What's with the broken 8 balls?
Never mind those. This was my respite block. From kind of an embarrassing memory, actually.
More 8 balls? You're sure do like to smash them?
John, addiction is a powerful thing. You probably wouldn't understand.
What are you wearing?
Just a fairy dress. I wore it for this stupid thing I did once.
Is that a rocket car stuck in the web over there? What's that about?
Don't worry about it. Man, this would be such an awkward moment on a date. Again, if it was one.
There's something really familiar about that rocket.
Let's keep going.
What's happening? Are we back on Earth?
You tell me.
It's my house again. Why are we here? I was having fun seeing your planet.
I don't know, John. They're your memories.
This is my dad's room, but I've never been inside it, so why do I recognize it?
Shrug.
I think there were some birthday presents for me in here, but I can't recall which birthday that was.
It was your 13th.
But I'm still 12! Oh yeah! I remember this! There were imps all over my house, acting all rambunctious, but why? It's all so hazy. Where's my dad?
Sounds like some things are coming back to you. Any chance you remember me yet?
No, sorry. Hey, look! That's my dad! What's he doing here? I've missed the heck out of him, though I'm not sure why. He should be safe at home right now. I guess I must have lost track of him, but I don't remember how. All I know is that I have this feeling like I should run over and give him a hug.
Well, just so you know, he's probably not actually there. Kind of like how my Lucis was just a memory.
Are you a psychic alien, like the ones who Jodie Foster met in Contact and assumed the form of her dead father to talk to her?
As a matter of fact, yes, I am a psychic alien, but that has nothing to do with this. These are our memories, and we are in the afterlife. I keep trying to tell you, and it's starting to get frustrating.
I see. So, it's not me who is Jodie Foster, it's more like you are Jodie because nobody believed her when she came home and had amazing tales to tell, except Matthew McConaughey. But it's okay, I will be your Matt McConaughey.
Does that mean you'll believe me now?
I guess I always did, sort of. I think I've been in denial about what's happening here.
It's nice that you believe me, but that doesn't mean you remember yet.
So, if this isn't my dad, then where is he?
He died too. You saw his body. Don't you at least remember that?
No, not at all. I'm remembering a bunch of things, but not that.
Then what? Do you remember me yet?
No, I only remember when you contacted me and said you'd kill me a little earlier. But that was months ago. I do remember talking to some other trolls like you. I was playing this game, and it was on my 13th birthday, and I was really looking forward to playing it, but it was late in the mail. I got some presents from my dad, like this big weird clown doll that I didn't like much, and some fruit gushers. Oh, yeah, I also realized gushers made by Betty Crocker. That freaked me the fuck out. Did you realize Betty Crocker makes gushers?
This comes as news to me.
Well, she does. Her villainy knows no bounds. Oh, he also gave me this suit, which I remember wearing for a while, but didn't look quite like this. It had a black tie and no ghost, so I improved it. Actually, I remember dying in a suit.
You do?
But this was not the suit I was wearing when I died. Of course, this was.
Are you okay?
Been better.
What happened to you?
What happened to you?
I died in my dream and came back as a dog.
Oh, I turned into a bird and got in a fight.
Huh? What is that?
What, this thing?
Yes.
Legendary sword.
How did you get it?
Long story, shenanigans mostly.
Yes, I figured shenanigans were probably involved. Can you be more specific?
Well, basically, I'm from another timeline. We couldn't win the game there, so I came back to help Dave.
Dave?
Dave from this timeline. As a sprite, I'm supposed to help him with his quest.
Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to help Jade too, but...
She's doing alright, don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll try. You were saying?
So, things kind of became even more crazy in this timeline than the one I was from. And it was clear Dave was never going to do the quest I didn't get the chance to finish, not even after you brought the forge.
The forge?
Your volcano.
Oh!
So, after laying low for a while, I just went and did whatever I could myself. Got Khalid folk, the fucking Welsh sword Dave broke, went to look for Hephaestus again, figuring there wasn't much hope in beating him this time either, especially being injured and all, but what the hell, right? But then, that's when you lit the forge somehow.
I did?
Well, no. Not you, other Jade.
Yeah. She's a lot more brave than me, I think. She brought me back thinking I could help her, and all I did was disappoint her and everyone else. You came back as a sprite and you're managing to do important things. But I just feel so scared and helpless.
Sounds like you came back because Jade made the decision for you. I made the decision to come back myself. Maybe it would be different if you had the same chance.
I don't know if I would have if I had the chance, but I would like to not feel so useless to everybody.
I think everyone's on top of this. There's not much for us to do anymore.
What about your sword? Isn't it important?
I guess so, but not really for me since I'm not the real Dave anymore.
I'm still not sure how you got it. What does it have to do with my volcano?
That's a bit complicated. See, it turns out, I had no idea how the denizens worked at all.